and so he was like, yeah, maybe you guys want to sing in my band and sing my songs. And we were like, okay, sounds fun. So we went over to his house, and we went down into the basement, and there was a bass player and a guitar player and my friend's brother, who was the drummer. And so the guitar player was like, okay, I'll show you my songs. And so we learned his songs, and they were cool, like, you know, like just normal rock band stuff. And me and Tegan didn't really do anything besides just sing it loudly into the microphone. We didn't really harmonize or anything. We hadn't got that far in our, we weren't good yet. And so anyways, we practiced a couple times. We did like, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 practices, and then it was like all in anticipation for this Halloween show that we were going to do with this band. And I was excited, and a friend of the band was like, you guys don't have enough songs, like, maybe you should let Tegan and Sara do a couple of songs, and you guys can learn them, and they, like, you can do your songs, and then they can do theirs. And the band deliberated on this, and they decided that that was cool. They were going to let us do 2 of our own songs. And so we learned them, and so off we go to the Halloween party. My mom dropped us off. She drove a Jeep. Was it the mom joke? Were you laughing at me? I'm funny again. Sorry, I'm so surprised. I thought someone would come out on stage. I was like, okay, sorry. So my mom dropped us off in her Jeep, and I think we were just like, we didn't even play guitar. I think we just sang at that point. So we just got out of the car, and we were like, my mom always did this thing where she would be like, call me when you want to come home or whatever, and we would be like, okay, we'll probably call you at 10. And she'd be like, stay out till midnight. That's your curfew. Stay out. And we're like, we'll probably call you at 10. It's not her thing. And so we weren't going to drink, you know, or anything fun. So we were just like going to play our shows. We were professional even at 16. And so we go into the house, and we go into the basement. And there's about, I don't know, maybe like 20 people at the party, and there's like, it's adults, like they're like out of high school, in college, most of them aren't even in school anymore, they have like regular jobs, you know, whatever, like welding tubes, or I don't know, whatever happens. Yeah, I just know someone who does that. Anyway, all I remember about the basement was that the band gear was set up, and there was a coffin, or something made to look like a coffin, and when you opened it, there was ice and beer in it. And I thought it was the coolest thing I'd ever seen, and I can very vividly remember thinking, like, I would like to have something like this. Like a coffin with fucking beer in it. It's insane. But at 16, I was like, I'm really into that. It's so funny, I'm sorry, the front row, now that we have you lit, like, some of you aren't smiling at all, and aren't smiling. Okay, anyways, so the coffin, the beer, and the show, so we start playing, and there's like 10 people watching us, and I just like closed my eyes, and like, I was just excited to be playing the songs, you know, whatever. And I'll always remember that we got to the end of the set, and we got to play our 2 songs, and this was not some like triumphant, like, story that I want you to cheer at the end, but like clearly when we played our songs, people were way more excited, like way more excited. And I don't know why. They had a different vibe. Like, they weren't written by a 20-year-old man, they were written by like 16-year-old girls, and there was something probably a little bit more intense and literal about them. I don't know, but the drunk people at the party with the coffin, like, we were like, we're good. And I remember when the show was over, asking if I could use their phone, and called my mom. We got picked up, and it must have been like 10:02. It was like, my mom came, got us, we got in the van, or the Jeep, and she was like, so was it fun? And we were like, yeah, it was pretty cool. And like, that's all we said to her. Like, we didn't like say like, oh, we were amazing, or I want to have a coffin with beer, and when I'm older, we can put beer in it, or whatever. But I just remember like getting into the van, in the Jeep, sorry, my mom had a Jeep van, that's why I keep wanting to say van. But we got in the Jeep, and I remember even then thinking like, you know, okay, like this I could do this. Like, I could have my mom drop me off at places, like, you know, didn't get paid or anything, but, you know, I thought that it was the coolest thing in the world. And I had no idea. No idea. I actually thought I was going to be a social worker or a teacher. And I had no idea that we would continue to play music and travel around and play places where, you know, people have flashlights and stuff. And, like, I just had no idea because, like, you know, there was no, I mean, at the time, there was probably signals that we didn't pick up on. But anyways, so this was a very long way of saying that. We're just very excited to be here. We're glad.